Hello everybody, this is Gruesome Fox coming at you with a 750 cost rated match here in the Jagd Doga QA. We're going to be on Arctic base for this match here with practically a full team of F91s, and the Jagd Doga QA here is going to be a level 3 support at this cost, and is one of the suits that I have been wanting to try ever since it got released and I was able to obtain it. I don't believe I got this suit from one of the guaranteed 750 pools. I think I may have gotten this from a random recon drop. I don't initially remember where I got this suit from. I think it may have been actually no, it wasn't that one because I got the Sazabi from that pool. So yeah, I think this suit was just kind of a random one that I got. But with the 750 suits that I have been able to obtain, the QA here is the one that I really felt the most confident using, and I think that kind of goes true with most of these supports I've gotten as well, since I have the Faz as well, and I haven't used it yet, but that's another one that's going to be on my bucket list. But the QA here, yeah, ever since they buffed this suit a while back for the 650 and 700 cost versions, it's been a much better suit than it was in the past, and at 750 it also holds up quite well. The matches that I have gone with it, I've been able to do pretty well against it, even if, I was facing off against teams of majority F91s, which, in hindsight, kind of plays in this suit's favor being a support, especially a support with a high damaging weapon such as the Mega Particle Cannon for the shield, and the funnels as well are also really good for dishing out damage as well. So, yeah, really has just been a decent support to be using at this cost. And speaking of the cost, it's also just been really good to start playing 750 a whole lot more than I was able to before. 750 beforehand really just didn't show up in rotation all too often. At least, I guess, at the times I was playing. Maybe at other times it was a bit more common, but, really didn't show up as often as it does now, which is understandable because at the time, there really wasn't any incentive for 750 since all the suits that included were just higher levels of suits we already had, so again, not really too much of a reason to play that cost, and probably as well, I feel like a lot of players were likely waiting for the F91 as well, so wouldn't be too surprised if that was maybe another reason for the lack of 750, but, now that the F91 is out as the first native 750 cost suit, it's pretty much guaranteed to show up in rated matches now, and I'm hoping this means it will show up more as well, since I have actually been enjoying playing 750 a lot more than I initially thought I would, so hopefully they keep this cost going, especially for rated. I only had this complaint because the last time I did try to play 750 was on stream. It was quick matches, and the issue with 750 quick matches is that even though it's 750, everyone is still playing the 700 cost meta suits, which I have to ask why you're even playing 750 at that point, but I digress. Since now 750 rated is more common, you really don't have to worry about that issue until they start releasing level 2s of those more meta 700 suits. And, maybe at that point we'll have some more native 750s as well that will kind of balance it out. I think that's really going to be the big question, I feel like. What are they going to put at 750 that's going to really start filling out the cost in terms of the native suits? I feel like for a while we're probably going to be seeing more higher level stuff get added like they've been doing with the special banners. They'll probably try to get more of those suits in if I had to guess. Probably not even just necessarily as special banners, they'll probably also add them just as a supply drop as well, again, just to kind of fill out the options that players can get their hands on, since the F91 is going to be pretty difficult to obtain, seeing that it is a 5-star, so unless you do the guaranteed pool for it, you do the step-up pool, probably not going to be a very easy suit to get. But yeah, the 750, again, it's been pretty fun playing this cost and being able to finally try out these suits. I have more suits that I want to use for the cost as well. I don't know if I mentioned the Faz already, but the Faz is one of them. I also have the Silver Bullet Suppressor as well, which I think might be decent, decent for 750. Really a lot of my picks for 750 I think really fall under the support category. I do have some generals as well, but they're not really generals that I would say I'm comfortable playing like that. I do have the Q-Blade, the Dovin Wolf, and the Sazabi, and the Q-Blade has pretty much been put into an AB suit condition. I have not used it outside of AB rooms when I do them, and the only general I've tried is the Sazabi, and I'm not really too fond of the Sazabi at 750. It's never been one of my favorite suits, and I feel like especially with the release of the F91 now, it's definitely going to start falling behind. So, yeah, really I think supports have been my go-to. I believe my only raid is the Gundam Mark V, which I do like the Gundam Mark V, so, you know, probably is going to be one of those suits I'll try in the future. But for now, really have just been focusing on using the QA Doga here. 700 has also been having some interesting developments as well, since that cost got the F90, which is very interesting to fight against. I plan on having a 700 cost match that I did fight against the F90, and I don't know if it was two F90s on the enemy team. That could have been a different match, but the match I do have planned did have an F90 on the enemy team, and I want to have a 700 match that includes that suit because it's kind of funny to look at the F90 because it's just so small. It's so small compared to everything else at 700, and yeah, it just makes for an interesting scene overall. Right now, did get surrounded by the enemy team, so unfortunately, didn't last too long here, but it does look like my team is starting to move in, and, you know, starting to go after the enemy team, so hopefully I'll be able to spawn in and, you know, do a bit more damage, try to, you know, make the most use out of my weapons possible. Yeah, the QA Doga has a lot of really good, strong weapons on it, especially when it comes to the Mega Particle Shield. Yeah, if you hit a general with that, you're going to be doing some pretty hefty damage, which I think is going to be pretty good for 750 for the long run until more suits get added, because there's, you know, a bunch of F91s running around and all those suits are generals. Yeah, that means supports are going to have more opportunities to just dish out more damage. And timer is coming to an end. Unfortunately, don't think I did too much there, but, you know, timeout mission over, and we'll see how we did here for this 750 cost match here. Mission completed, and for our stats, did get top in assist and top in damage for the match. And second place with 4 kills and 2 loss. Not too bad of a match there with the QA. I've seen the F91 do some hefty damage. I actually wish I kept the match I was initially going to use for this, because I think I did have an F91 as the rival, and their damage was ridiculous. So, really wish I kept that just so I could have had the scorecard show up for a bit, but yeah, that's everything I have here for this 750 cost rated match here with the Jagd Doga QA. Again, just pretty glad to be able to play this cost way more, and I'm just excited in general to see what suits we might get added to it. I believe we're supposed to be getting the Denon Zahn soon, so I'm not sure what cost that is going to be. If I had to assume, it probably would be like 650 or 700 maybe. I don't think it would be 750 like the F91, but you know, we'll have to wait and see with that suit. And yeah, that's everything I have for this video here. Comment down below what you think about the actually not even just about the Jagd Doga. What do you think of, you know, 750 costs now that we have the F91 running around? Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and with that, I will see you all in the next one. Later.